6. Markets without capitalism. More personal than political. Agreeing on which questions each would send down the wormhole was easy, but coming up with a plan for introducing Iris and Eva to Cyrus and Eve, the nicknames Costa had given their other now selves, was not. On his return to San Francisco, Costa put their idea to Costi, who had leaped at it. He had remained in close touch with his old friend Cyrus, and he had a good idea how to track down Eve, who, as it happened, was a prominent figure in the other now. In fact, Costi had already begun to consider how he might bring them in on the secret. Inspired by Costa's successful trip to Brighton, he said he would try it. A week later, he wrote to say that Cyrus and Eve were skeptical but game, though they would need much convincing that any of this was real. A week after that, at the beginning of June, Iris and Eve arrived in California, where they were now holed up in Costa's lab, sharing a spacious room 2 doors down the corridor from Halpavam's main installation. They were now about to contact persons with whom they had supposedly shared a life until September 2008. The opening missives would be vital for convincing both parties that the wormhole was real, and for establishing trust. Before you ask any questions, Costa advised them, make sure to mention something that only you would know, to establish credibility. It's how I got Costi to believe me in the first place, too. Eve liked it that her friends thought of Lehman's collapse in September 2008 as her lowest point. It helped camouflage her true nadir, the end of her relationship with Thomas's father, shortly after she had arrived at Princeton, pregnant with his child. Financial ruin and the disintegration of her mind's model of the world paled into irrelevance compared to the realization that she meant nothing to him. Having thought, she meant everything. It was a trauma she had shared with no one. "Do you still feel the loss of him, as I do?" she asked Eve. While waiting for Eve's reply, she grew aghast at how needy she must have sounded, and at how inexplicably desolate she had felt ever since he disappeared. When the answer came, Eva did not know whether to feel relieved or ashamed. Eve hardly remembered him. Surprise turned quickly into sheer curiosity. "What of Thomas?" Eva asked. Tears filled her eyes as she read Eve's reply.